Hello, this is Warpath 1985 speaking, and in today's video slash review, I'm discussing the Transformers Earthrise Fasttrack and Generation Select's BLACK-RORITCHI, or other ways to particularly pronounce it, Roritchi, but mostly is pronounced Roritchi. Besides that, it made me curious, where have I been the past couple of days? Curious about the noise in the background of this heater. Once again, it's pretty cold down here in California, or more or less just here in the more hilly regions. Aside from that, the reason I've been kind of gone for a while is can basically describe with one word: school. Yeah, I didn't really expect for it to be so foreboding, and how basically made me incredibly tired by the end of it. I obviously finished most of the stuff I had to do, the other stuff not so much, mostly just a simple vocal part. That is something people should easily do. Aside from that, I was burnt out. I was just completely out of it, and I wanted to just take a break and just not really exert a little more on myself. Basically, I pretty much did, I want to say, 3 all-nighters of non-stop studying just to finish a couple of tests, exams, and general course, and also write a lot of papers. I wrote like 24, 25 like various essays and entries, and by then I was tired. My eyes were in pain. Like they were physically, like they were in pain. I was not in a good mood at all. I was tired, I was grumpy, and I was in general not in a very good mood. And finally, I was just obviously burnt out of most things. Even like playing like video games, so I got really burnt out because I didn't want to like stand there anymore, or just stand near my computer that much. So all I really did for the next couple of days was just relax, try and recompose myself, whatever. I obviously just stuck on and do my book report, and ultimately just set aside like some projects I was working on. One of which was obviously the New Year's Eve and New Year's Day specials. I originally planned this video to be released once we finished or done for New Year's Eve. What happened is that I was so busy just finishing my stuff for general finals of school, sort of this first half of the semester, because there's 2 halves of my general high school semester, that I was literally had no chance to film this video, nor the following one, which I'll be doing afterwards. I will be doing it. I'll be doing this. I will be doing the videos I planned out. One of them that wasn't really planned out, part of the specials, general 2 specials, that was released on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. But the other one is one that we wanted to talk about, because something really something I would like to mention, because it's super important. Because I feel like a lot of people kind of miss this, whatever. Kind of involves Chester's history by itself. Aside from that, I'll be talking about these 2 figures, which are kind of very intriguing, to say at least. Because both of them I got secondhand, technically. Oddly enough, both in Los Angeles, funny enough. Technically, and one in Anaheim, more or less, in Los Angeles. Both of them basically in the same place. First off, we're talking about the originator of this drum mold, that being Fasttrack. So, Fasttrack is obviously a updated version of the same character from back in 1986. Fasttrack was also reused in the not Headmasters, but the Transformer Super Master Force anime as the Guardminders, which are a type of army builder drone, basically employed by Black Zarak or Scorpio Zarak. Aside from that, that was particularly his only real appearance in Japanese animated series, or Japanese anime series. He also made a tiny little appearance in the Headmaster's Rebirth 4-parter. That was part of the last, bits of the American syndication of the Transformers TV show, as he was mostly there for like a couple of seconds and then reappeared again. Strangely enough, that also meant that Fasttrack wasn't really characterized that much in media, because he wasn't really part of any sort of like major comic books. He mostly appeared as just a background character in other places such as that, but the Guardminders would reappear again in IDW, and not really much anywhere else. However, I wouldn't be shocked if they appeared in the Generation Selects comic books or manga that are released about either monthly or a couple like yearly. They're probably just annuals, basically. Mostly syndicated through various online comics like TF2 Comics, how the Roritchi were part of like each individual update. You get the comic book till very recently. Finally got the finals entry, which is pretty cool. Or more or less similar to that of TV magazines. That's kind of like where you get most of those. Aside from that, that's really it for Fasttrack. Nothing really major for him, and kind of similar goes to BLACK-RORITCHI, where he has basically appeared a little less compared to Fasttrack, because Fasttrack also most associated with the Guardminders, again army builder, which I'll get to much later when it comes to his general release, because this final wave of Earthrise, oh man, it was not fun. It was not fun at all to get. So first I'll be going over his accessories, which he has like 3 technically. I just realized I actually have his arms incorrectly attached, but I'll get to that a little later, reason why. But the other obvious thing, because he is a weaponizer, which weaponizers were first introduced in the Siege toy line, so a year earlier than Earthrise, 2 years earlier, since Siege started out in 2018, or mid to late 2018, and then ended around 2020, or late 2019, or early 2020, depending on like where your stores are at, or just general distribution wise. Aside from that, it comes with 2 of these little blasters, or general anti-aircraft cannons, because as Fasttrack does turn into a anti-aircraft assault general vehicle, almost assumes they're strange anti-aircraft armored car. It's weird, and a knife. So aside from that, Fasttrack is also notable for having a couple of things that are associated with his gimmick as being weaponizer, which I'll get to now. Alright, since now I haven't been in various bits and pieces, Fasttrack can either turn to a multitude of different things. You either turn to a large like backpack, a weapons pack basically. Again, since he is a weaponizer, you can turn into basically whatever you want. What is usually recommended is that you have him turn into a little weapons pack here. What was this, a cannon backpack? Kind of this. Or even like a large shield formed by basically all these parts here and there. Almost as a shield dagger. Like so. Again, most of these can be put on the figure via 5mm port system. I'll be using Skullgrin as an example, even though yes, Skullgrin is not very good when it comes to 5mm port support, technically. At least he has it. Obviously, you can remove this backpack first. Attach like a little weapons back here. And again, just depending on like what the figure has on him. So it'd be like a little bit tougher, or in this example, for Skullgrin, but you can still plug onto there easily. A lot of little kittens here. There it goes. I'm just gonna cut that out. And do that for that. Just cut it out. Simple. Always you have put on to Skullgrin's backpack like so, and it does look pretty good with the cannons, that is. Of course, it doesn't require you to remove his cannons that he already has, because it does have cannons from his tank mode, technically. He also have his feet, return to large boots, and obviously the large dagger, or sword shield. Which plug out to here, like so. So yeah, it's pretty cool when it comes to most of these 5mm port system gimmicks that were introduced with Siege. Can't really do much with the body piece, certainly to other figures. However, it can be turned to a multitude of different things, mostly into like some sort of weird terminal for Scorponok or Black Zarak, or even the Macromaster, since it does have enough space for you to fit Macromaster in there, standing but not sitting, or penny sitting? I don't know. Depends on like what Macromaster you typically use. Aside from that, lastly will be the final general gimmick of this general mold would be the Tyrant Spear. Here we have Fasttrack in his spear mode. Obviously, this is supposed to replicate or more or less homage the Tyrant Spear, which since I do own Black Zarak, I can show you. So here is the Tyrant Spear that's included with Black Zarak. To read the generation, selects one. As you can tell, it's significant size difference between both of them. Aside from that, for some realization, obviously this can be used in the hand of Scorponok, because this is supposed to be more or less be Scorponok's Tyrant Spear, even though Scorponok, more or less Zarak when he was canonically known as Scorponok before he was heavily damaged by Fortress Maximus in the end, more or less the finale of Headmasters, if I recall correctly, because although he hasn't never finished Headmasters, it is a slog. I at least know what exactly happens in it. And obviously, how else would Black Zarak be if he wasn't ever really destroyed in the end of the series? Because again, Black Zarak is just a rebuilt version of Scorponok, if you don't know. Which is also the only reason why he's so small. Which a lot of people don't realize that, because Black Zarak is small. He is a lot smaller in the Super Masterverse show. Because although yes, this is something I wanted to mention, because again, it's part of like the series. Although yes, they were more or less supposed to be in size or in scope with the toys, canonically it made more canonized that Black Zarak was small. He was most certainly made out of basically the spare parts and scrap general pieces from Scorponok, which is kind of bigger as why he's more like a pirate motif with him, alongside with Zarak himself, but also supposed to be, they should describe it, a rebuilt version of Scorponok, so it's kind of big reason why he's so much smaller, because again, he was quite literally about the same size as most of the Guardminders in the show, and also Super Genii, basically. So yeah, he was pretty much super tiny when compared to Scorponok from Headmasters. And you can't argue that they were technically the same size, because Grand Maximus exists, and technically yes, but also technically also means that Grandmaster is also tiny, which is why I also believe that yes, Grand Maximus is also tiny. or much smaller when compared to his bigger brother, Force Maximus. I think it's Grand Maximus. Tangent aside, of course, you can hold on to the Tyrant Spear, or more Fasttrack Tyrant Spear like so. And yep, it looks okay. It's very dinky, but since it does have fine report systems, more or less the Fasttrack does, and also this extends to BLACK-RORITCHI. He can also plug onto all the fire report systems on all of this figure, so you can have like the extra guns that Black Zarak had, and also Scorponok. Since again, this is more intended for Scorponok. Technically, because Black Zarak won't be released until about 2 years after the release of Fasttrack. Alright, so lastly for Fasttrack would obviously be his little anti-aircraft car mode. More or less just tank mode. Tank car? It's a strange little vehicle that obviously can be used for the main large ramp and also the side ramps of Scorponok or Black Zarak. Also, it obviously can roll very well with very large wheels, and can also tow various Micromaster airlock bases like so, similarly to Hoist. There you go. And also any other figure that uses the same mold as Hoist, like Lift Ticket, and that's it. Maybe another character that also uses the Hoist mold, more or less the Hoist body type. Technically. Oddly enough, this is something I'd like to note. Since he is is supposed to be compatible with Black Zarak and also extended to Scorponok, he has storage for a little Titan Master, or more or less a Headmaster. In this case, I'll be using good old Zarak from the Black Zarak Titan class figure, and you simply plug into there like so. It's neat. I like it, and very like stuck on there, so I'm not gonna use that figure that easily. And this is obviously not the first time this has been done with a figure, because if you don't recall, we had the entire line basically situated around this gimmick, that being Titan's Return. We also have like a couple like versions that are packed in like little storage areas for Titan Masters, like these little ski blasters, whatever, which plug into it like so, like that. Just plug it there. There. Or with the various Legends class figures, you'll have like or most of them have like little storage areas for little Headmasters or Titan Masters. This also extends to the various deluxes and also the later release Power to Prime's Legends figures. So yeah, these are the Decepticon clones, and that was we saw previously was Trick Happy, or technically first the guy you saw was Trick Happy, and these two are Decepticon clones. Probably mentioned that, but yeah. It's a very neat gimmick. I really like it, and I'm glad they're still using this general gimmick into the Legacy toy line, and most likely into the what was it? Not Pirate. It's not Pirate Primes anymore. It's called like I forget the name was called. The new toy line. I put this name right here. But yeah, it's a neat little gimmick, and I like it. That's all for his general vehicle. Nothing really special, but it is pretty cool that it's a pretty faithful update to the original one. But fun fact, we mostly general saw the Guardminders in like their first appearance. I believe they may transform into like their little like anti-aircraft gun mode. So neat, I guess. Nothing else to really say other than just it's neat. Alright, and for the second figure, that being BLACK-RORITCHI, I'll be skipping over most of the gimmicks, and we'll be just talking about in this case, the general articulation of the figure, which I forgot to mention with Fasttrack, but I'd like to mention it here because it's being a little bit more interesting. If you don't know, the tolerances with Fasttrack were kind of very and weren't particularly that good. Not particularly later with that general wave, because a lot of that wave was like, because like the tolerances or whatever. But most certainly tolerances because the articulation of and also the joints and the ports around like BLACK-RORITCHI, like, yeah, you can see that's very it's a lot more secure compared to Fasttrack, where you can do this. Yeah, easily just pop off. So yeah, just they most certainly fix most of the tolerances on BLACK-RORITCHI when compared to Fasttrack. Aside from that, the articulation is very basic. Almost like most transfers released on this time of Earthrise, especially for openizers, that is. So there's a swivel, head, waist, very nice knee bend, not very deep, can go, pretty far because it's kick. Same with the back, mostly because of transformation, obviously. Nice spread, nice ankle tilt, and some forward, no back. More just down, upward. Yeah. Feet. He does have a swivel at the hands, a swivel bicep, and a decent elbow bend, and some articulation in the shoulder. So yeah, that's pretty good when it comes to like most best way to say. Oh yeah, I forgot calf that. Let's forget about that. When it comes to most of the various organizers, usually kind of like suffer when it comes to their articulation. But when it comes to Fasttrack mold, almost the Fasttrack mold, it's very good. It's very solid articulation. And we move on to like other bits and pieces like obviously the Tyrant Spear and also the vehicle mode. And finally, comparisons and my general consensus with this general wave because it's super weird. And Jordan's version is really super weird. Alright, here he is in his little anti-aircraft armored car mode. Or tank mode, depends on which we call it. Once again, before I mention this, it does have articulation, because it literally has the same articulation as the shoulders when it comes to run mode, general arms as well, so before I mention that in the Fasttrack part of the video. But yeah, it's just the same guy but gold. Nothing really particularly different about it. I'm not particularly show off the weird ship fan mode that Toy Hacks use, because I had to like own Toy Hacks stuff, labels for that. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this journal mode. Nothing really special. I'm not gonna show off the gimmicks. Just want to show you that, it exists. Alright, here using this Tyrant Spear mode. It's far more ornate when compared to Fasttrack's, because again, he's, well, gold. If you're curious, no, he does not suffer from GPS, since he does use the similar, like soft, like mustard gold that's kind of used for most of the much more heavy-duty parts of Black Zarak, like the feet and like the rest of the general body. So more or less, he's pretty much in good hands when it comes to his plastic. Similarly to Fasttrack, he can also be plugged into his hands, or more just be put into the claws of Black Zarak or Scorponok. Depends who you have in your collection. This was it for Black Zarak, because I want to get into something a little more interesting. Something I almost really forgot about the general play features of these guys, and most be the blast effects, because not really that important when it comes to the figures as themselves, because blast effects are kind of like going in and out when it comes to most of the Transformers figures, at least nowadays. They're still being used for the guns, however, the blasters, the guns, etc. Still being used for that. Not really like with earlier figures, like especially in the Siege and Earthrise, where they're going to be like little ports here and there for you to add back to the figures. I'm just going to put that, just leave that aside basically. First of all, I'd like to show you like general modifications I have these guys. Also, I have like a Fasttrack, and this is just general modification. So that one day when I do get these more Fasttracks, probably like never a while. to have like them as the Guardminders from the Super God Master Force anime. And to differentiate BLACK-RORITCHI further from the others, to have him wear most of these general back accessories and the extra blaster as like some sort of like communications like backpack or general ray. Like that. Makes him a little back heavy, but gives me that he's further differentiated from the others. It's pretty cool. That's what I'd like to mention, other than just the further information about the stuff and all the comparison, etc. I'd like to mention this for BLACK-RORITCHI. BLACK-RORITCHI, once again, doesn't really appear in that much in our media. He did appear in the general scene where we see most of the Guardminders, general Fasttracks. And some people, there's like weird like common consensus that people either agree or disagree that if or not BLACK-RORITCHI is also a rebuilt version of Fasttrack, because most people would obviously agree upon the idea that it also was damaged in the same general attack, more or less battle, fight, duel, whatever, between Fortress Maximus and Scorponok. So obviously he will also be damaged and rebuilt into probably BLACK-RORITCHI. However, kind of like about it, because technically Fasttrack never actually appeared in the Headmasters cartoon. They appear in Rebirth series, but that's no more really canon. So decanonized and more part of that weird Wings universe that was like done by Funko, which is still kind of like weird. Aside from that, that's mostly it for the history of BLACK-RORITCHI. Nothing particularly else. Well, obviously appeared like some weird bits and pieces of media in like Generation Selects comics or mangas, whatever. Again, I haven't seen most of those because again, a lot of those like are either pack-ins to various figures or were kind of again TV magazine type of deal. Just there, whatever. Supplementary material, that is. Aside from that, I'm doing some comparisons with some characters here and there. First off, being their boss, Black Zarak, or Zarak, that is, or Scorponok, depending on like what source or what general best to describe it, lore you follow. Also have some super cool Master Force guys, Skullgrin, or I think it was like Bison or Minotaur. Minotaur? I think it was like some sort of Minotaur, basically. Also have like can't really call him like Draco or Vampire, I don't know, or Vampiro in Japan. Obviously, this is Bombburst and Iguanus, who Iguanus only ever appeared in the Super God Master Force manga, but never in the actual anime. Same applies to most of the other pretenders that were released like in 1989, I think this was. Most of the pretenders came out in 1988, but all the in 1989 guys like Bludgeon, etc. were part of that general manga supplementary material. Also have just the Gone clones I mentioned earlier. Again, part of the Headmasters dudes, or also the Rebirth guys, because again, Fasttrack did only appear in the general American Wings universe continuity in the Rebirth 3-parter, 4-parter? I think it was a 4-parter miniseries. Same with True Happy, who did appear in the Headmaster series, but also kind of followed, I believe, the same footsteps as that version of Crosshairs, where he was more or less based off the toy version instead of the actual console that most people prefer. Actually, no, maybe? Yes, that's from same by to True Happy. Sorry for that. We also have Squeeze Play or Cancer in Super God Master Force, also technically Browning as well, since Browning is an accessory piece. Lastly, for the Decepticons would be the Headmaster Monsters or Beast Driver, that being Snapdragon and 8-Face. I think it's Snapdragon, right? Yes, Snapdragon. And lastly, the Arch Nemesis. Red Cog for Call Bolt. which is better than maybe we actually call him Bolt. It's right there. Almost his nickname, or even like they call him that is in Japan, whatever. Also, you had just normal cog. So yeah, pretty neat. Lastly, I'd like to mention the distribution of these two, because for some ungodly reason, the last wave of Earthrise was incredibly hard to find in all the figures are super rare. I first like to mention that Fasttrack became super rare, hard to find, which is impressive because that made it super hard to army build him because he's a Guardminder, almost those as a Guardminder machines that he's super hard to get army build. BLACK-RORITCHI was hard because he most was a online exclusive, but it's a lot more easy to get because since it's one-time purchase, more of them available to stores, etc. So yeah, easier time to get them. However, it did mean that I had to get them in like conventions in the general, like in hand. BLACK-RORITCHI got TFCon 2023 and Anaheim, South Los Angeles. Same with Fasttrack last year's TFCon, where I also got Black Zarak. Funny story, I'll tell you next video. Aside from that, it is a shame that John Wave was so hard to get. Not even to mention that also distribution for that wave was horrible. Not to mention that the figures that were released alongside that wave were super hard to get, but also added to that, made it even harder to like even try to get them. Because the Earthrise, Thundercracker, and Skyward Tupac I was able to get. Thrust also, because again both were Target exclusive, both were overstocked to held them back. However, if I recall correctly, Fasttrack, once I mentioned before, was impossible to find. You could find them in the store, but it was impossible. However, the last two, more or less four actually, were impossible. You could never ever find them in stores. Not even online. Not even online you could find them. That being Sunstreaker, Trailbreaker, and Runamuck and Runabout. For some reason, those four were impossible. You could never ever find them anywhere. I'm glad that Trailbreaker and Sunstreaker were finally re-released in the 2 series like A6 like multi-pack, but those other two, Runabout, still waiting on them because I still have no clue when they're going to release those guys ever again, because I never got them, never found them anywhere. I might have found like a Runabout, or I think it was a Runabout, the right one, what one? I think it was a Runabout, maybe Runabout, I can't remember. I can't use them between them. I was trying to use, but it was just one because I got to get paired to. Whatever. Point is that again, they might find on like one store, but again, never again, or again, basically. Same again like a lot of this, yeah, basically as well. Sorry for that. That's all for this review. I don't have anybody else particularly else to say about these two, other than these two possible to find now. I was lucky enough to find these two for a good price in the first place. BLACK-RORITCHI especially, because for some reason he rose in price like almost just skyrocketed in price like immediately. Fasttrack also, because for some reason people started to price this guys just nowadays for $50. It's insane. Which also want to mention the Hasbro, please re-release these, because I know they released a Bolt or Red Cog also very recently, so hopefully they release them again. I don't know. That's all for this review. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hopefully I shall see you next time. Bye.